This is episode number 32 of the Bullshit Machine, or the BS Machine as it's now called. Welcome, guys.
Welcome to the BS Machine. Ooh, the BS Machine, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the BS Machine.
Yeah.
BS Machine.
Oh, yeah.
G'day, gang. Tommy Kendi here. You are listening to the host of the Bullshit Machine. Absolute honour to be here with you this week. Another episode of the BS Machine. I'm fucking excited. So, you know what I'm talking about this week? Because it's something that I'm definitely dealing with at the moment. And if you're following me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, I'm actually recording this as well. And this is the first time I've done a podcast like full standing up with my microphone. So I don't know if you want to get onto my YouTube and watch this and just watch me stand up and talking to a microphone. It might be way more interesting than just listening to my voice. But who knows? Some people have actually told me I've got quite a sexy voice. So there you go, eh? But anyway, here we are, guys. Bullshit Machine, the BS Machine. And so today we are talking about the unknown. And what I mean by the unknown is the unknown of life. And I reckon it's a really interesting concept because a lot of us do try and get away from the unknown. So we spend a lot of our time trying to work out life in a way where we have as much knowing about the future as we possibly can. So, you know, for example, we save money or we plan for our future, and these things are great. But from my experience, I'm not saying don't do those things, but from my experience, it's like the most magical times in my life, and the times where I've really got to experience life in its fullness have been in those times where I've been forced into total unknownness and been forced into this place of having no idea what's next. And the reason that I'm doing this podcast on this today is because I've landed in one of those positions in life right now. So I feel like I'm slowly becoming an expert on this whole thing around the unknown. And I've done it many times in my life. Like this is probably the third or fourth time in the last 10 or 15 years when I've landed in this place. And fuck me, man, it's you sort of wake up. You wake up and you're like, it's a sense of excitement, but also it's this sense of pure fucking dread. It's like, fuck, man, like what's going to happen next? And I've also been quite blessed, and I do give myself a pretty epic pat on my back every single morning because I have done so much fucking work when it comes to learning about my behaviors, understanding it, and I've developed and learned from mentors all these epic tools where I can really just each day call myself on my own bullshit and move forward. And really that's what we're going to talk about today, and that's what we're going to discuss today. So first off, I'll just give you a quick heads up of where I've landed. I mean, it's not a bad place. I mean, I fucking love where I am and who I am, and I genuinely appreciate myself, and I have got to a place in life where I'm able to look in the mirror and go, fuck, Tom, like I'm happy being in my body with all the scars and all the crap that I've brought along the ride. I'm very happy being in my body and authentically living in my true self. I'm happy in my own skin. But where I've sort of landed now is so many things in my life at the moment have come to an end. I had this epic client where I was making kick-ass money and I was loving the work, absolutely loving the work, and I was really giving back, but I was also making great money. I had like 3 or 4 different clients where I had this in the corporate world, and I was going in and I was making changes in the culture and showing people their behaviors. And I had these, two or three epic clients that I was just in there week in, week out over the last couple of years. And it was such a cool experience. And I'm not joking, they fucking stopped within the same 2 weeks. And I'm just sitting here going, holy shit. Like I've gone from earning, $5,000 to $8,000 a week to going to earning, almost nothing. I'm going, fucking freaking out, and so it's a really interesting place to land in terms of my career. So a bunch of that stuff's stopped, like literally stopped. And then also the last couple of months, my relationship that I've been in for the last 4 years, that also ended. And it's all happened within a couple of months of each other. And so I find myself in a place where I have so much space, so much fucking space. Like I wake up in the morning, and some days, other than a few clients here and there that I'm coaching, and guys, if my clients are listening, which I know you probably are, obviously I fucking love you, and it's not. I'm not looking at you as something that's just a whatever. Like I love coaching my clients, genuinely love it, and the more that grows, the more the happier I get, really, because it's with my clients, I'm telling you, like they reflect back to me exactly where I'm at in life, and I have a great deal of respect, and they really do bring up this courage within me. But anyway. Other than a few clients here and there or whatever, like some days I wake up, I literally have nothing on, and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with my day? Like, what am I going to do with my day? I'm looking out, it's, because I'm an early riser at like 5:30, 5:45, and I'm looking out through the day going, okay, so what am I meant to do here? And so where I've landed is this place of unknown, because I have no idea of where my future will go, and so I know I can go into planning, and I can go into trying to force shit and try and get other jobs and try and get more clients, so I fill up my days with clients and whatever. But on the inside, and it's the same with my relationship. It's like I could go out there and hunt and go, yep, I want my woman, and go for it, and try and find my next relationship. But man, it's just everything at the moment seems to me that that I've got all this space, and because I have all this space, I'm sitting in this fucking weird tension where I'm like, oh, how do I create from here? And from this incredible tension that I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis, this is the type of tension that I believe is how you unlock creative mastery. Because it's in this tension, it's in this unknown, where you have to learn how to not resolve it, and because if you go, for example, right, I'll give you a good example. For me right now, if I try and resolve this tension and freak out about the fact that I'm not earning as much money as what I was, and I've got to hustle and get some fucking clients, and hustle and try and get more corporate clients that are paying the big bucks. If I genuinely try and resolve this tension, and I'm doing it from a place of, holy shit, I have to fill my bank account back up, or I have to fill my weekly wage back up so that I feel confident and I feel safe again, then all that's going to happen, I believe, I'm not God, obviously, I'm just telling you where I'm sitting with this, is that what I believe will happen is that I'll create all this great stuff, but it's just going to be another 2 years of exactly the same shit. And then all that will end, and I'll get to exactly the same spot as where I'm at now. So what I'm sort of talking about here is this ability to be able to sit in the tension. Fuck, man, if it feels right, then yeah, I will go. But what usually happens in these times in my life is I just sit. I have all this space, and then things come in that I genuinely am inspired to look at. Things come in. There's either opportunities and this and so I'm inspired to look at, like, something in me bubbles up, and I'm like, yes, I'm being attracted towards that. And so one of the things that has led to my life at the moment is I'm starting a new business called Yoges, Yoges, and I'm starting it with an old client of mine, and he's become a really good buddy. But Yoges is basically this fucking epic concept where we're taking yoga to beaches and parks and whatever, but it's not just like roll out your mat and fucking do yoga outside. We're actually we've developed this fresh air yoga studio, and we're going to set up like a bunch of them throughout the east coast of Australia. And, ideally we're going to take it overseas as well once we can actually open up there too. But it's this epic concept. It looks awesome. And I was so inspired to look at that, and it happened so naturally. My business partner, he just sort of came over and we're talking. He's like, Tommy, man, we've got to get you out there more. And I'm like, yeah, but how? I'm not a business guy. But he's like, mate, why don't we do this? I'm like, holy shit, that's so exciting. So within a matter of 2 months, we've got a van, we've got a fucking marquee, we've got these we've developed these epic floorboards where you put your mat on top of it when you're outside, and you put your mat on top of it. And so when you're practicing outdoors on grass or on sand, it literally feels like you're practicing in a studio. Like, that is epic. So we've got every base covered, and we're just going for it. And it inspires me. I love the people that I work with, and it's such a fucking cool concept, and it's going to be epic. But even with that, it's something that I just have to be okay with the fact that it hasn't just opened up and happened in 2 seconds. I've got every mat full and blah 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 blah. It's not about that. It's about having the courage to build on what your inspiration is telling you, and so even this is what I'm sort of asking from you, because there might be a bunch of you listening here, and you're saying, hey Tommy, you know what, I'm busy as fuck. Like, if you get to wake up and you got nothing on, like, hallelujah to you, but that's not me. And I get it, but at the same point, there's 2 ways to look at this. Is that, one, you look at this in a way where you're actually too fucking busy, and if you're too busy and you're getting home at the end of the day and you're fucking wrecked and you've got no energy left for anything else in your life, including friends, relationships, I don't know, fucking dogs, your health, all that type of stuff, then you're fucking up, man. Like, you're fucking it up, because you're going to get to the end of your life and it's going to be like, I exerted all this energy for shit that I didn't even care about. And so where I'm going with it is for you to give yourself fucking space, because when you have space and you let go of all the cruddy shit that you don't need, that doesn't actually serve you. And if you ask me, Tom, I don't know what serves me, and I don't know what it is that's in my life that doesn't serve me and that doesn't fill me up, it's so fucking easy. You look at something in your life, and if you're drawn to it and attracted to it and you feel like it fills you up, then fucking give that shit way more attention than what you do. If you have things in your life that are feeling where you feel drained and just drawing energy, whether it's work, relationships, whatever, then go into those things, have a look at them, be fucking honest with yourself, observe the obvious, and then just fucking get rid of it. Because I'm telling you now, if you don't get rid of those things, life will step in and forcefully take it from you. And then it's going to be you kicking and screaming about why woe is me and playing the fucking victim and all that type of stuff. And I can tell you this from experience. All the things that I've tried to draw out in my life and all the things that I've tried to push under the rug, every single one of them has bit me in the ass and been either forcefully taken from me or I've forcefully had to look at it. So where I'm asking you to go to, all of us, whether you have space, don't have space, is one, create some space in your life where it's basically you. There's no interruptions. It's whether it's a day, it's half a day. You need to have space where you feel this tension of, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And you need to feel that tension. And if you're able to sit in that, that's when you start to fully experience life. That's when you fully start to, you know, get epic in the way that you're creating. You get epic in the way that you're mastering your life. And the other thing, dude, I'm telling you now, relationships, it is definitely not my fucking forte. I've been in love so many times, and I genuinely love to love. I love that feeling of when a woman, my soul partner. Well, I haven't had my soul partner yet, but when my woman is like just so comfortable around me, and I'm so comfortable around her, and we're you know, there's this intimate hugging, and you know, she fucking puts her face in my neck and hugs me and wants to get inside my skin, and those things, they're the moments in life that I really, really cherish. And of course, I felt those before, and I felt so much love in my past relationships, but I just haven't been able to have a long-standing relationship. Well, you know, 4 or 5 years is pretty much for me where it just goes catch you later, and so, but even with that, right? So with my previous times when I've been in situations where relationships have ended, first thing I've done is I've got on straight onto Tinder, and I'm like, right, I need to fucking get out there and you know, meet chicks and fucking do my shit. And this time I'm like, there's a part of me that wants to, you know, I'm intrigued by going, wow, you know, oh my God, wonder who I'm missing out on if I'm not on Tinder and all these other sites, or other apps or whatever. But I'm learning that I just need to sit and just observe, be in my space, because I know that if I get onto these apps now, all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to find a way to resolve that tension that I'm sitting in. And that tension for me right now feels fucking good. It feels good for me to sit in this tension. It feels good for me to not know what's next. It feels powerful. However, there's another part to this process. Even though you have all this space and you create space, like in my case, I've got a lot of space at the moment. For you, you might be going into this situation where you're like, hey, you know what, Tom's right, like I just need half a day for me or 1 day for me, and I need to sit in that space of total me. I mean, I call it myself, I call it Tommy days or Tommy time, right? And it makes it fun. But I don't call it anything at the moment because it's basically fucking Tommy life at the moment. So lucky me. But so the other side of the equation is for you to not just sit in this nothingness, not just sit in this space, in this unknown, but you have to have at least 4 or 5 things where you know that you have 4 or 5 things that you would like to create. And I'm not talking about I'm going to create buying a car or buying a fucking Jeep or blah, 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 blah. None of that shit. I'm talking about the energy of you that you want to create. I'm talking about the energy of you, your essence. So, for example, one of the things that I'm really passionate about is fucking igniting inspiration and courage in the world, right? And from that, I want to share the wisdom and the love and all the cool shit that I've learned, and that's the energy I want to create. Whether it's through yogs, whether it's through this podcast, whether it's through my coaching clients, whatever the fuck. But I am wanting to ignite inspiration and courage in the world. That's the energy that I'm focusing on it and that I want to create. That's just one. That's such a cool energy. And imagining in this place of nothingness where I wake up, I'm like, I'm going to fucking ignite inspiration and fucking courage in the world. And I'm going for it. The other thing for me is joy. Like, I fucking love joy, the energy of joy. It feels good. So how can I go out and create joy? Not joy in the world. I'm not becoming a comedian, all that type of stuff. But simple things for me. When I go get my morning coffee, I walk in there, or whoever I fucking meet, I make sure that I look people in the eye and give them the biggest fucking smile, so they know that my soul is fucking connecting with theirs. And if they're refusing to connect, my job is to just be in myself and feel that energy within me, and that'll punch through their bullshit. So they're the examples I'm talking about. So have things, 3 or 4 or 5 things. I mean, one of the other things is fucking love, man. I mean, I want to feel the energy of love. I mean, I don't want to be fucking single. Who does? I mean, maybe some people do. I definitely don't. I want my woman. I want my soul fucking woman, and I know that she's there and she's waiting, but I'm not hustling. It's just like, I'm in this space. I'm just allowing things to evolve and flow and move and so that with that, and I'm creating love and energy. And yeah, you know what? I just know that she will come in and she's there and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not hustling. I'm not pushing. I don't need her to fucking fill me up. I've got me. And that's the fucking coolest shit ever. So be the master of your life, guys. Be the essence of what you want to create. If you don't have space, fucking create it. If you do have space, be smart with how you use that space. And my job today was pretty much just to give you a bit of a fucking bang, a bit of a boost, to give you the opportunity to really get into that place where you're loving the shit out of your life, you're loving yourself, you're calling yourself on your bullshit, but at the same point, learn how to live in and create space. Be in the tension of that space, and watch how you can masterfully create from that. Guys, hasta la vista. That is me to you. And if you want to watch this podcast, you can get onto my YouTube channel. I love you. I love you. Bye, everyone.